I didn't hear you. I heard you first time.
I have all my drinks lined up.
Yeah.
And my lip balm. And my vapes.
Everything.
My phone and some tissues.
Hell yeah.
I still feel like I have to burp.
Let it out.
No.
Piper, punch me.
No. That's
Punch me in the stomach so I can throw up.
And then you die
so
like
I can throw
Houdini.
up.
Yeah, I'll die like
What
Houdini.
what color do you think you would vom right now?
If I vommed?
Yeah, and give it a name, like you're Sherman Williams.
I would sunset orange.
You think so?
Creamsicle.
Okay. What did you have that would make?
I had pasta earlier, so maybe like the sauce would make it like an orangey color.
Did you have like a bowl of cereal?
No.
Orange.
But I'd had some iced coffee, so it might like dilute the red.
You need some yellow to make it orange.
That's what you think.
I guess that's what I thought.
Yeah, but that's how Houdini died.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, I could have sworn...
He got punched. He didn't know he had appendicitis. He got punched in the stomach, like by two kids, like that were like teasing him, like they were playing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he kind of was like, "Oh, thanks, okay," and then like, he's like, "Something's not right." So he died of like complications from appendicitis.
I thought you were gonna say that he swallowed like a knife doing a trick and was having trouble passing it, as one does. And,
That would complicate
things. And he punched him, and like it just stabbed him. And I
straight
honestly,
through.
Like, that's what I thought. I thought he died in it, like drowning, or he did like a cement where they encased him in cement and it collapsed, and then he drowned.
Nope.
I think that's like
insane.
a weird like Mandela effect thing.
That's what I think.
Maybe, yeah, no.
Because I could have sworn he died in a bit.
No.
In a bit.
For appendicitis?
I guess maybe the kids thought he was like just pretending to be hurt, but he wasn't.
You ever see the movie where Kurt Russell at like fucking 8 years old punches Elvis? He like punches him in the shin or kicks him in the shin.
No.
You never seen it?
Oh wait, is that Elvis?
I don't know the
movie?
It's Elvis. Yeah, it's an Elvis movie, and Kurt Russell's a child in it, and he's like the dickhead
Is it
kid at the
actual
fair.
Kurt or is it someone pretending to be Kurt? Like
yeah,
Kurt
someone
Russell?
pretending to be a 4-year-old Kurt Russell.
Is it the fucking the new one, like the Austin Butler?
No, it's old. It's from like I don't even know, the 60s. It's like a young.
Someone will tell us.
Yeah, but it's Kurt Russell as a child, and
Wow.
he in the movie he kicks Elvis in the shin.
Well, welcome back,
That's
everybody.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yes.
This
Hello.
show's about Elvis.
This welcome to
Elvis's crimes against humanity.
All things Elvis, TCB and the Flash, baby.
Yes.
Did you see Dewey Cox? I don't know what that is.
No,
I'm sorry.
you don't know what that is?
No, what is it?
TCB. and the It's like the Memphis like mafia.
Was he in that?
No, I don't know. It's like part of the whole thing. It just means taking care of business.
Taking care of business.
I don't know. It's a whole thing. Yeah. So we are recording a day early today. I thought that was lightning. It was just my parents turning on a light.
Inside the house.
Yeah.
He's making some kind of reactor.
What did you guys see? Well, I think didn't Beetlejuice release something today? There's like new
The
stills.
movie?
There's like new stills or something.
Okay.
I
Because
didn't
I saw
see
a
those.
fake fucking trailer, and can I give a 10-second soapbox?
Sure.
Of course you can.
I'm getting really sick of these AI trailers, and I'm getting sick of all these. See, and the worst part is like if you are making a fan-made trailer, or let's say you're doing a concept trailer, they'll never say that in the actual title. You have to scroll through the description and find the fine print for say concept or AI. And all this time I thought Jason Momoa was going to be in a Minecraft movie, and it turns out it was fake.
It's so dumb.
I'm not serious.
Like
but
AI is just like killing art, I feel, and it's like
it's killing killers.
yeah.
It's going to take killers. It's going to take everyone's jobs. It's going to take Ted Bundy's job.
Oh Jesus.
The necrophiliacs from last episode.
Oh yeah.
That was last episode, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What a world. But yeah,
Fucking
it's
madness.
crazy. Like, because even on my show, Wonder Time Theater, twitch.tv/Wonder Time Theater, we watch trailers all the time. And I mean, I dig through them to make sure I'm getting the right ones. But there's been plenty of times where I play a trailer and then I'm like seeing clips from Godzilla with Matthew Broderick, and I'm like, this is not fucking real.
So
and
stupid.
Well, as I was leaving the house tonight, Who's knocking?
It's a tree.
Oh my God, it's Gary.
Oh my God.
It's cold in here.
Gary, it's
Out
so
here,
cold
I
out.
mean.
I know it's unseasonably cold.
It's
Oh, now he's writing a smiley face on the window.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's a frown
That's
now.
obscene, Gary. Gary, why would
What is
you?
he? Oh, God.
Why would he do that?
He's sick.
I'm closing the blinds.
Hey, don't.
No, go over there.
Gary, you're not allowed in here after that.
Someone in my house who will always be nameless,
The haunted house.
the haunted house,
Yes.
was watching the new Roadhouse when I was like,
Oh, it's out? Yeah.
why?
I got some things to
would
say.
they mess with perfection?
Because this is like the worst part too, is a lot of times, I'll keep this short,
Mm-hmm.
when you have a movie called Roadhouse, you have a guaranteed audience. And when you have a guaranteed audience, they probably have a projection of how much money they're going to make based off of doing nothing. Just releasing anything. It could be Martha Stewart blowing ass for fucking an hour and a half. If it has the name Roadhouse, they will make X amount of money. Therefore, they make the budget around that. And they find all this stuff. And the story is different. However, Jake Gyllenhaal's character in this, his name is Dalton. So I assume it's not necessarily canon because this is coming from him being a UFC fighter. It looks insane. It in a bad way.
Idea.
It looks so like because it's so cheap. Everyone knows movies suck nowadays. Like I'm not the only one. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but Jesus Christ, the matching spandex shorts.
We're gonna make a movie. It could be about anything we want.
Yeah.
Okay. But we're gonna trick people. We're gonna put what's
Schindler's List.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna be like we're doing a Schindler's List remake, but it's just us,
Clueless too.
But it's just us doing. Yeah.
I'm shimmying.
It could be whatever.
You and
We're
I
gonna
can.
trick people into watching our piece of shit
It's a 2-man show, full reenactment. Props,
of
the other
Steel
sister.
Magnolias. Okay, or that.
No, I've never
Or
seen
what'd
Steel
you say?
Magnolia. The other sister.
Oh,
We could do a 1-man show.
God damn.
But I get
2-man show. It's you
2-man.
and me. We're playing both.
I'm the 1 man. You're the
No.
1 woman.
You're Daniel. I'm Carla, but we're
Okay.
also the parents.
But Daniel's not till later, so can we maybe bring him in?
But look at
he's sitting in a
Look at your
cafe.
beautiful long hair. You can play her sisters.
I could. Oh, that's.
We're gonna
I could play Diane Keaton.
You want to be Diane Keaton?
Who doesn't?
All right, you can be Diane Keaton.
She's
I'm
with
like
Michael.
the only extra that's in the background
You-
of every scene.
Yes.
She could be the ducks, the pond.
Oh my
could
God! You
CGI
could be
her?
the goldfish in the bowl. In the
She could be
Awesome.
walking Waddly. What is his name? Waddly?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
marching guy? The
Yeah.
marching band guy?
Oh, fucking yeah.
No, Piper's gonna play the sexual tension
Yes.
that's between the
Personified.
two main characters.
Personified.
The whole time.
Yes.
That's a beautiful idea.
That,
You know what?
that is.
I really
I'd
want
watch
to do
it.
this. I really want to do. I think just for our own enjoyment, we're making this movie.
We should
Making
do
the
something
other
stupid like
sister.
that.
The,
Yeah. The other sister. Also, before my show on Tuesday, One Time Theater, I was just fucking around with Rib, and I recited probably the first 15 minutes of Leprechaun. I'm not even kidding, word for word, and I really think I could probably do that entire movie.
I could do Steel Magnolias all the way through.
What is that about?
Steel Magnolias.
Yeah, what is that about? I've heard that
It's
before.
about a group of sassy Southern women growing up in
Color purple.
Louisiana. No.
Okay.
And it's about all their relationships with each other and what they go through in life. It all centers around a beauty shop where they all go get their hair done. And all Sally Field.
Okay.
It starts out with Shelby's wedding.
Shelby's wedding.
Yes, which is Julia Roberts.
So is it like almost like Sex in the City, but it's like Colonel Angus?
But wholesome.
Yeah, it's
But
cute.
it ends in tragedy. Something there's a tragic event.
I mean, would it be memorable if
is-
it didn't?
Yeah, but this movie is like when I know I'm like, I have a good cry. I need to get out. I will watch Steel Magnolias, and it works every time.
It's a banger.
It's a childhood favorite of mine. Like me and my grandmother,
Leprechaun.
Nanny, we would watch Steel Magnolias all the time, and I could quote that movie back and forth. Like it's holds up. It's amazing.
Some movies are just quotable.
But that
They
movie
are.
also, like the director was super fucking mean to Julia Roberts, like the whole time. Like
She should get her act together. No pun intended.
my colors are pink and pink.
Oh,
No.
my 2 favorite colors.
No, her colors are pink and pink. My colors are blush and bashful. I have chosen 2 shades of pink, one much deeper than the other. Okay, whatever. Let's go.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway,
No, because
You
that's
thought
literally.
it was her.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's literally how she says it in the movie, guys.
Shelby, drink
That
the
was-
juice. Okay, we're done.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
Don't talk about me like I'm not here.
The real ones know. I'm out
If
of the
you
loop.
know, you know.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be like,
They're probably swerving all over the road, like
they're standing
excited.
up in their car, clapping.
They're standing up in the car.
In the car.
Yeah.
Unbuckle your seatbelts.
Redlining
Stand up
their
right
engine.
now. Oh my god.
Stand up. Like they got a shit.
I hope you closed your eyes and you were really in the scene with me.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking
Yeah.
of like Marie Antoinette, like plantation style hats. Is that the era?
No.
Wait,
It's like the 80s.
Oh, I thought.
Dolly Parton. Oh my god, it's so good.
I thought they were gonna be like saying shit
Listen,
like "child."
Can we watch it one day? Maybe I won't cry so ugly if you're there.
Yeah.
Like both of you.
Well, I got
think
paper
you-
bags at home.
Well, no, I
I'll
think
do-
that
we'll do a
both
double
of you,
bagger.
this is like to really understand Jess. You got to see this movie,
To understand Chris, you got to watch Leprechaun.
and to understand
It'll make so much more
and
sense
to
once you
understand
watch it.
Jess and Chris's friendship, you have to watch the other sister.
Yeah, to make it whole.
But you have to watch the other sister and the hot chick. Those
Yes,
are
at
two
the same
movies
time.
that define our friendship.
I was telling
He is the Daniel to my Carla.
Daniel McMahon.
Okay, they're gonna think we're making fun of it.
I
We're
mean,
not
they didn't think her when she was
listen,
making fun of it.
We weren't making. No, we like legitimately love that movie.
Yes.
like we.
It's. I mean,
It's-
when she has half the makeup on, she's hiding.
Oh my god.
She's like, she goes to the mall and she goes to like one of those
Yeah.
kiosks that like you're
to
testing
get
makeup.
like a makeover.
Yeah, but they only give her half because she doesn't have money, and it was just
It was a
test.
free trial.
It was like a free trial. Yeah,
But she wanted to
she wanted to look good.
Like, they're gonna have sex. They're gonna pick a. You know what? It's a special occasion. We're gonna do it on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
And let's put on some mood music. We're gonna listen to 76 Trombones.
And it's a banger.
The underwear.
Ain't no Barry White, but
Okay.
it bangs.
But I've watched some real dog shit things this past week.
That's I love this. I love the sound of that.
Of what?
Dog shit things.
Dog shit things. Well, first of all, what did you watch this week, Piper?
Not much, honestly.
You texted me a movie recommendation, and I said, "Do it, do it."
Oh yes. Not much, honestly, but with my mom, I did watch The Lost Boys,
Okay. Yes.
classic.
which is very good. I love it. My mother would say that I was on my phone the entire time, but I was only on it a total of 2 times.
But you've also seen it already.
No, she hadn't.
And I have not.
What the fuck?
I
It
had
was her
not.
first. She texted me. She goes, "I'm gonna do a movie night with my mom. She wants to watch The Lost Boys." I'm like, "Do it." I'm like, yes, you have
I'm
to.
surprised you haven't.
It was so.
Come on.
Yeah, the guy with the trumpet was like fucking crazy. I was just like, what? I'm like, there's no world where he needs to be doing all
That's
that.
how I
But
see
it was just
myself
like-
with my guitar in a couple of years. I'm him.
Yeah.
But dude, and also, I mean, I haven't seen the remake with Colin Farrell of Fright Night, but you have. I recommend you watch the original Fright Night. It's timeless. But like that's the last movie I remember them like vampires giving a shit about garlic.
Yeah,
What happened to fucking all the garlic?
true.
You know,
I don't know.
It's like
imagine an Italian vampire.
because
Someone had to have thought of that already. There's no way I
I'm
just
sucking
fucking
here.
I'm fucking sucking.
I'm
Fuck.
fucking sucking here. Okay.
Everyone tastes like shit.
Because I love how it like ended.
Starves to death in
Yeah.
Italy. What's up?
Because I love how like it ended with like the classic like 80s trope like grandpa saves the day.
Yes,
and
the
everything.
classic.
Yes, it's
Like,
so cute.
I love it. It's awesome. Like
Goddamn vampires.
yeah, the section in the fridge that's labeled old,
Old fart. Yeah.
You watched Leprechaun in the Hood.
I watched. Yes, I did. I watched Leprechaun in the Hood, starring Ice-T.
Ooh.
Yes. And his character kind of reminded me of a movie from, I think it was 94, 93. It's called Bones. Have you ever heard of it?
I think
Snoop
so.
Dogg?
Yes.
Snoop Dogg is a pimp, right? And the rival gang comes to his office in like the 70s. And they're like, man, you got to stop selling on my block. And he's like, I ain't doing a motherfucking thing.
Yeah.
And then he gets killed in a shootout. And then years later, someone wakes him up accidentally. They exhume his tomb and they find his tomb in like a brick wall and wake him up. He wakes up and now he's like a haunted pimp out for revenge on like the
Can I
gang.
have a sip of your beer? I'm
course.
sorry. I'm just looking at it. I'm like, that looks so good.
It is good. I kind of messed up the layering, but I'm drinking
I'm
a
like,
black
oh.
and tan, and it's Harp and Guinness.
I'm
But
gonna- I'll come to you.
Bones was such a ridiculous movie, and it has some of the best one-liners.
Let's see how you make this black and tan.
Yeah, it's a little
It's a little warm.
just
Do you
it's
have
on the
to really,
tan.
like, hold it in between your thighs?
What?
Why is it so warm?
The beer?
Yeah, you were like holding it
Was
with
I?
your legs, like to keep it warm.
I don't remember even holding it in my hand.
I'm like kidding.
Oh, I was like, am I fucking drunk? It's like I had like 15 sips already. Yeah, I think I should have opted in for a bigger spoon. I think Nancy was right about that. It's
I
like,
haven't had beer in so long.
isn't it good? Right? It's like breakfast. It reminds me of like breakfast. And I know that sounds weird talking about a beer, but it's like toast and coffee. It's like toasted malt and coffee.
You ever had a black and tan?
Yeah, I gave her a sip before, but she can have, you know.
It's delicious.
It was good.
You know why? Because like the harp and everything, it makes the Guinness pop.
Mm-hmm.
Because Guinness is normally like kind of bland.
It is definitely subtle. It's not not in your face. It's not
like,
Zivich.
It's not flat, but it's
Yeah, it's
it gives it
delicate.
A little pizzazz,
Mm-hmm.
if you will.
If you've been drinking normal beers all night and then you drink a Guinness, you might not taste it. But if you're parched,
you.
of course. If you're like parched, man, a Guinness, fuck. The Guinness Nitro Coffee, it's still a beer. It's a late. I think it's like a 3.8%. It's not high ABV, but it's delicious.
The
Yeah,
three of us share drinks all the time.
Yeah.
that's why I'm always sick.
Because I told him before that I tried Corona one time and it tasted like pee, in my opinion.
But when you put like on a hot summer day and you put like a little wedge of lime
What'd I
or
say?
lemon,
Told you.
Which the reason they do that was supposed to be to kill any bacteria.
To kill the taste of a bad beer.
No, to kill bacteria because if it's made in Mexico, like the water and all that stuff. Like
How about stop putting your beer in clear bottles?
That's not what.
Well, that doesn't help. That like lets
Anywho.
probably 90% sunlight in, which destroys the taste of
Anywho.
beer and fucking
But
fucks it up.
a cold Corona with lime or lemon on a hot day, amazing, delicious.
It's not bad. I had one a
Refreshing.
couple weeks ago when I went to Asbury.
I love an ice cold Heineken. Sometimes.
I haven't had a Heineken in a minute. I gotta revisit.
I'm a big fan of like skunky beers or dark beers or just I like a lot
I like
of
a
flavor.
lot of stank.
Yeah, put some stank
Like
on
Stella,
it.
like Stella, just kind of sometimes it's like footy. It's like because it's fermented. You know, it has that slightly.
Stella's really good.
I love it.
My dad's favorite beer is Guinness. So
Guinness Rips, yeah.
Guinness is good. But yeah, I watched some real crap this week, or was it gold? I don't know.
I mean, Leprechaun in the Hood, Jesus.
I watched I've been on a big documentary kick, like documentary. I'll get to those in a minute. But I watched this movie called The Neighbor. Okay?
Okay, you're telling me about this before.
Yeah. I watched it on Tubi. I'm like, you know what? I can deal with this psychological thriller. Like, you know. I was like, let's get to it.
Yeah.
So
Oh, speaking of psychological thrillers,
oh my god, who's outside?
who's here?
Who is it?
Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck is that guy?
I don't know.
He's just
They
sprayed his
drove.
little nose with
I don't know. So
It's
the
Gary
movie,
Busey.
it's like it starts out. It's like a guy he's probably in his like late 50s or so. Like he's a writer. He's at home. He notices a new neighbor move in. She's a pretty young girl, but she has a boyfriend or husband who's kind of a dick. And you can tell he likes her. It's just like there's all this tension building and all this stuff. What is this person doing?
Gary's like, where do I park?
I don't trust.
It's so
this
dark.
person.
Okay, I don't know what's going on.
Why aren't
It's
they
probably.
in?
Is it my brother? I don't know. Anyhow, this is so interesting for you.
It is.
Um.
It could be fucking anybody.
We're gonna get
So
killed.
we're about to get
It's
murdered.
Skeeter Jean.
Ah! Oops. We're not doing anything.
No.
This is
Piper,
what
everything's here for you.
Oh,
Oh.
let's see. Who is it gonna be?
what happens when you switch the record day to Thursday.
This is a new segment on Coffee and Scream called Nosy Neighbors.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Who is it?
It is my brother.
Okay.
Welcome home. I'm gonna make him say hi.
I'll make a brother song.
Hi.
Hello.
I won't.
Good, yo.
I won't dox you. Say hi.
It's good, yo.
Welcome back.
Awesome.
Welcome to the show. Okay. But anyway, I love him. There is
He's
such a big
shy.
age gap between the two of us. Like I was 15 when he was born.
Yeah, I think I was like 13 or so when my sister was born, my youngest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm the oldest. I'm the eldest.
How cute.
I was approximately 13 months old when my little brother was born.
Yeah.
I was
but-
22,000 months.
So anywho, back to
Oh, yeah.
let's get back on
Neighbors.
task.
Neighbors.
Yeah.
The neighbor.
The neighbor.
So he notices like there's a young girl, like, you know, She's not like super young. She's probably like in her mid-20s. So he's definitely likes her. He's like watches her from his window. Like,
It's
and,
just fucking.
but like they are friendly. He gives her some gardening tips. They have a barbecue, blah, blah, blah. But he thinks like her husband's abusive, whatever. Anywho, the lead actor, I don't know his name. I probably should have gotten it, but also I don't want to bash him.
Want to pull it up?
You can. I'm sure he's a lovely man. I'm sure he is so sweet, but he reminds me of a robot in a human suit. The way like he's just what?
Is he a Scientologist?
Like I don't know. And
It's
then
a
like there's
movie?
like yeah, and there was so much tension building. I'm like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? The whole climax of the movie, like the whole thing, was super quick. And at the end, it's like, wait, did it happen? I was left so unsatisfied.
You had questions.
I did.
I mean, if you care,
That- I
if you
was so-
care, you know, do you think it was good? The fact that you give a shit, that like
No,
you're just kind of like,
no, I don't care.
okay.
I don't care. I'm not rooting for any of these people anymore.
Oh,
Fuck 'em
all right.
all.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Get fucked.
Piece of shit.
If I fucking
that I was like, you know what? I got high out of my mind and I watched Sister Act to redeem myself.
Oh,
No,
Sister Act
no.
fucks.
First, I watched 3 Men and a Baby,
3 Men and a Baby,
and then I was
famous ghost.
like, it's not a fucking ghost.
It's a young
It's not
Ted
a
Danson ghost.
Yes, it's young Ted Danson in a
It's a
top
ghost.
hat.
Yeah, because he's a ghost.
And he was murdered and then brought back to life, and there's his ghost.
Yeah.
But then I watched
his
I'm like,
career.
I'm gonna watch Sister Act, and I'm like, you know what? The whole time I'm like, this is fire. This is awesome.
Sister Act's amazing.
And if I had more time, I would have made it a double feature with Sister Act 2.
Should have.
Back in the Habit.
Back in the habit. And I love Dancing in the Street when they do
Yeah.
that. And then they also, when the kid with the zipper up, he hits the high note.
Oh, yeah.
Classic scene.
Oh, yeah.
Also, it was William Fitchner. Schitchner.
Yeah.
Jessica McNamee.
Not me.
Not me.
Not me.
Not me.
Not me.
Yeah, that's what she's telling everyone.
That's
She
for
wasn't in
damn
this.
sure. I wasn't in that.
Michael Rosenbaum.
Yeah. But then I was watching this docu-series also called The Devil You Know.
Devil, you
It's
know?
on Prime, and it's like every episode's different, talks about a different subject.
Yeah.
And it's about it's always interviewing like either serial killers' loved ones, or like say like my dad was a serial killer, or my husband was this or that, whatever. And I'm like, oh my god, this is like, I was into it. But some episodes was like, this is my this person, I was gonna get married to him, but he was a con artist, and it's just like, bitch, like I know it's not fair to compare,
Yeah.
but
It
unless
is.
like all they did was tell you're gonna get a big house, and then they didn't deliver, that doesn't measure up to this person's dad was killing people.
Yeah.
Like
Like, you got what you got played,
yeah,
so
like,
you're on this
he
show.
didn't buy me that, or like it's just like I wanted a pony. Like no,
Meanwhile, this kid is like burying
this one
his
girl's
parents.
dad was literally the smiley face killer.
What the
like,
fuck is
it's-
that?
Oh, that's a thing.
Oh yeah.
Is that an episode in the future?
It could
Is,
be.
is there a lot to bite and chew on?
I don't know. I'll do more
Even if it's like a
research.
complete, like a bunch of
Yeah.
smiley faces.
So I was like, some of those cases, I'm like, all right. And I wish they could just put like no murder. I'll just skip it.
Yeah, maybe
But the
they just
one guy was like a oral surgeon, and then he got into trouble with like, you know, the law, like with drugs and stuff like that. He wasn't supposed to like practice medicine for a bit. And then when he got back out and got back into it, he started literally harvesting stolen body parts to sell for like for transplants, and to like if you're getting a bone graft or like something. It was like that
He had like
is
his own
creepy
miniature
and
Silk
horrific.
Road.
That's why like when I went to the DMV to like get my license and everything, I didn't put that I'd be willing to sell my organs, because like what the fuck, like what
Yeah,
if
like-
it ends up in someone like that?
Are they less likely to try to save you? if
No,
they're like,
because
you know what, fuck
that's
it.
more of a headache. Like, oh, we got to
take
get it
organs?
out quickly. We got to transport it quickly. We got to da da da. It's easier just to keep that person alive.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm an organ donor. I don't give a shit. If I don't need it anymore, take it.
And
Can I pick what organ is taken?
Yes. What would you pick? What would you pick of mine?
Just the neck.
Just my neck.
Yeah, just. But I wanted to sew the head back onto the shoulders so I can go ha ha.
So I'm buried.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I look
Just
like
like
Uncle Fester after he's married Debbie.
I'm just doing a whole. I'll tell them I'm doing a Fester thing.
Yeah.
I just want to see something.
So then I watched another documentary called Lover, Stalker, Killer,
Okay.
which is it was really good. The only thing I have about the whole thing was this guy went through a traumatic event, but yet he's playing himself in flashbacks. Why are you doing that?
His own flashbacks?
His own flashbacks. He's playing himself like a dramatization.
That's
Weird. I don't need to see you looking out a window pretending to look for someone. Like, I don't need... Just don't.
yeah. It's kind of
It's
better
okay.
if it's someone else. It's kind of
I
weird.
get
when
it.
you
He's
do
like a
it.
divorced guy. He wears a leather jacket. He's a cool guy.
Fuck, dude. He probably talks about the good old days.
He blasts ACDC in
Anywho,
the car.
he hooks up with he becomes friends with a lady. They hook up, and then but they're kind of just like friends with benefits. He starts dating someone else. Then something happens, and blah 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 da 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 da. Then he starts the reenactments are him being himself. And I'm like,
So bizarre.
I don't need to see your phone buzzing, and oh my god, let's stop working on this car and go check it. It might be the missing
So
lady.
funny, dude.
I'm like, okay.
He's like, who better to tell the story than me?
Yeah.
You know?
But then I watched the Nickelodeon
Yeah.
thing, Quiet on the
Yeah.
Set. Which, if you haven't seen it yet, we won't talk about it right now.
Yeah, I haven't
because
seen- well,
I
like-
want you both to watch because this is when you guys grew up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of
I
it
know
is
all
your
about Brian
heyday.
Peck. I know
Yeah.
the whole Pickle Boy
Like-
shit, Amanda show.
Cause
Yes.
I grew up with with iCarly and
Yeah.
like Victorious and everything. Like me and my dad would with my siblings would watch iCarly all the time.
Drake and Josh and all that.
And it's just like I have so many I love the one iCarly scene that sticks with me in my head is you're grounded Fort Hill College like
I just remember fucking Victoria's sister. She's
Yeah.
singing Chicago. That like plays in my fucking head. But
my
like I said,
God.
dude, that like Dan Schneider shit has been going on for a while.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But I'll wait for you guys to watch it and then we'll actually like really discuss it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did watch also, did you ever see Athlete A?
no.
No.
Which is about Larry Nassar, like the guy
Oh,
who was
Jesus Christ. I can't
the
watch
Olympic,
fucking
I
shit
know.
like
Olympic
that.
like physical therapist who was like sports
Yeah.
I
doctor
know
who
who
was
he is because I watched like the trial footage with like the
this
with the victim
documentary.
testimonies and
It was
everything.
so good. I watched it last night. But we don't talk about that either because you guys haven't seen it. It's not like
Yeah.
but yeah,
That's
that's
crazy.
Who knows what I'll watch tonight?
Who knows?
Who knows? Actually, no movie. I don't know. There's a couple movies I haven't seen yet that are old that I'm like, I should probably watch that. Like, do you ever see? I want to see Ma. Did you ever see Ma?
With the black lady,
Octavia Spencer.
is that her name?
Yeah.
I love her.
But, like,
she
was
was,
that
she
movie
was in
good?
the Halloween 2, the Rob Zombie one.
Yes, I love
Her
her
fucking
her
scene where she's
scream,
getting
which like
Dude,
like
out
that
of this world.
freaked me
She's
out.
great, dude.
She is so good.
But I didn't see it, but it looked fucking interesting.
I might watch it.
You should.
I'm like, you know what? That sounds like something I would enjoy.
I've been watching Curb. Have you ever watched? Oh my god.
Curb is so good.
Jesus Christ. Did you ever see the scene
Curb
where
Your Enthusiasm. You might be a little too young to like, but it's just so awkward, but so funny.
It's great.
Like,
it's
is it like a comedy?
yeah.
yeah, it's like a Larry David comedy.
The guy who created Seinfeld and all that. It's like he's playing like a not parody version of himself. It's just an exaggerated version.
Yeah, where he just gets
himself.
himself into fucking terrible situations.
Oh my God.
Because I've heard of Curb Your Enthusiasm before, but I've never like seen an episode of it
It's
or
so
anything.
funny.
Yeah.
I was
It's-
watching an episode today where it's like Larry's talking to Richard Lewis, and Richard Lewis is like, he's like,
R.I.P.
don't laugh. Yeah, R.I.P. dude. He's like, don't laugh. I've been thinking about meditating. And he's like, oh, I used to meditate. You know, I even had a mantra. He's like, well, what was your mantra? It was like, Ji Ja, or Ja Ya. I think it was Ja Ya, something like that. And he's like, oh, that's wonderful. You know, he's like, do you mind if I use that? He's like, is that illegal to like share mantras? He's like, no, we can share a mantra. You can have it. I don't really meditate anymore. So he starts meditating, and then Larry's having like a tough time and calls and wants his mantra back. And dude, it's so good. So once Larry fights for custody, he's like, okay, we'll split it. Like just let me know when you're gonna use the mantra because they're afraid to use it at the same time. He
is
knocks
George
it.
Costanza.
It's so he is. But then he's doing Larry David's like meditating. He's going like ja ya in his head, and he hears a knock at the door, and it's Richard Lewis. He comes in. He's like, yeah, I was meditating, and I remember that ja ya thing you told me about. He's like, yeah. He's like, some girl down at the coffee shop told me what that means. You want to know what it means?
What?
I said it about 400,000 times to myself. It means fuck me. It means fuck me, and then he goes, fuck you, and then walks out.
That's great.
Dude, Richard Lewis, one of the funniest. I never knew him until recently, and he was the king in Men in Tights.
Yeah.
And his mole is moving.
Yeah.
Every seen the moles in a different spot. Richard Lewis.
Remember,
Curb's
the
amazing.
Snickers commercials? Like,
Was he?
He was in a Snickers commercial.
He
It
was,
was one
not
of the
in my
ones like
vision.
the before you take a bite of the Snickers, you're acting like not yourself.
Yeah.
He's one of the not yourself people.
And then who did it turn into?
I forget. Like a normal person. Like it's like probably
I just feel like Richard Lewis
like a
so you have
little
a
girl.
bite of Snickers.
yeah, I don't know.
That's so good. But yeah, the first time I ever saw him was actually on Stern. Mm-hmm. And I thought he was hilarious on Stern, but then yeah, I found out he was the king.
Yeah.
And yeah. But watch Curb, it's fucking great. I haven't even watched the new episodes. I'm season 3 right now. When he's selling cars. Mm-hmm. Enough of Larry.
Enough of Larry.
This is my Larry 80. Yeah, okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I did set us up with a link tree. We're going to start selling merch soon, so that's very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Got some good ideas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're going to make probably
top
$10.
secret.
We'll make
Oh,
a
yeah.
whole $10 at least.
It's okay.
Because we want new mics and a new mixer and all that stuff. So
Battle Station.
yeah, it
Hell
takes
yeah.
it takes money to put out.
You don't
want to.
You don't want to give up. Imagine what we would do with $10.
$10 whole
It'd
dollars.
be fucking dangerous.
Whew.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they
Yeah.
better hope I don't get money.
They better hope.
They better hope I don't come up
Yeah.
because
Uh-huh.
the sun flies too close to me.
Yeah. I agree.
Hits vape.
So, tonight, we are going to talk about, as soon as my thing, that's my face, Apple, thank you.
We're talking about Jess tonight
about me.
and her crimes. Yeah.
What are my crimes? What did I do?
Being a great host, being a great thinker, being real nowadays in this
Yeah.
world. That's fucking illegal.
Keeping it real.
You get caught dead being yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Is this locked?
Yeah.
Like the door.
Lock the door. Yeah.
Like this fucking doors.
I don't know. I'm pretty consistent with
I think you are.
being a fucking lunatic.
Being real. I'm consistent on the real.
Yeah.
It's a new album.
Tonight we are going to be talking about Anneliese Michel. Do you know who that is?
No.
I would like you to
I know
guess.
Fur Elise.
Nope. Anneliese Michel.
I've never heard of her.
Her manner of death was ruled a homicide. Actually, there's no. I can't really give you any clues.
Can I guess a
give it
year?
away. You can get
79.
Oh, you're close.
So close. Yeah.
Probably 78.
A little lower.
Okay, 76.
Yes.
Okay. 3 guesses, not bad.
Third
That
time's
was
a charm.
That was really good.
Shit.
All right, so I'll start. Okay, so Anna Elizabeth Anneliese Michel was born September 21st, 1952, and she died on July 1st, 1976. She was a German woman who underwent 67 Catholic exorcism rites during the year before her death. She died of malnutrition, for which her parents and priests were convicted of negligent homicide. She was diagnosed with She was diagnosed with epileptic. I can't say this fucking
I
word.
thought for a second I thought you were epileptic. I was like, oh my god, make sure she doesn't swallow her tongue.
Oh my god.
There's the other terminology for it in the
Okay.
parentheses.
You know, she had an epilepsy.
Episode.
Sure.
Condition.
Temporal lobe epilepsy. That's easier. Thank you. And had a history of psychiatric treatment that proved ineffective. Yes.
When Michelle was 16, she experienced a seizure and was diagnosed with psychosis caused by temporal lobe epilepsy. Shortly thereafter, she was diagnosed with depression and was treated by a psychiatric hospital. By the time that she was 20, she had become intolerant of various religious objects and began to hear voices. Her condition worsened despite medication, and she became suicidal, also displaying other symptoms for which she took medication as well. After taking psychiatric medications for 5 years, failed to improve her symptoms. Michelle and her family became convinced she was possessed by a demon. As a result, her family appealed to the Catholic Church for an exorcism. While rejected at first, 2 priests got the permission from the local bishop in 1975. The priests began conducting exorcism sessions, and the parents stopped consulting doctors. Anneliese Michel stopped eating food and died of malnourishment and dehydration after 67 exorcism sessions. Michel's parents and the 2 Roman Catholic priests were found guilty of negligent homicide and sentenced to 6 months in jail, reduced to 3 years of probation, as well as a fine. In conference several years later, German bishops retracted the claim that she was possessed.
I have a theory.
What?
She had rabies.
Yeah, I don't. No.
You think so?
No.
I mean, usually, like, you can't bring down food, you can't bring down water.
Yeah, but I think you
have
die. You
convulsions.
die pretty quick, though. Like.
Huh. Well, how long was she bedridden? Does it say? If it was years, that's definitely not rabies that I know of.
No, 5 years, and she
Damn.
failed to improve her symptoms. So.
Okay, yeah, probably not rabies.
It's.
I'm just thinking of, like, that'd be fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can keep going, Pepper.
Okay. So, hold on, sorry. Several films are based on her story, including the 2005 film The Exorcism of Emily Rose, the award-winning 2006 film Requiem, and the 2011 Anneliese The Exorcist tapes.
I have seen The Last Exorcism. I saw that in theaters after a pig roast.
The last. No.
Wait, what did I say?
Exorcism of Emily
Emily
Rose.
Rose. I got there's so many.
I
Fucking...
just remember like when she like something. She's standing up and she like kind of like tenses up and like swan dives onto the ground.
Yeah. Fucking...
That was disturbing.
Yeah, I remember seeing that in theaters.
Born as Anneliese Michel on September 21st, 1952 in Bavaria, West Germany, to a Roman Catholic family, Michel was raised along with 3 sisters by her parents, Joseph and Anna. She was religious and attended Mass twice a week. When she was 16, she experienced a severe convulsion and was diagnosed with temporal lobe epilepsy. In 1973, Michel attended the University of Würzburg. Her classmates later described her as withdrawn and very religious. So just a quiet girl, just kind of mousy looking, like just,
Like Carrie White vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. In June 1970, Michel had a 3rd seizure at the psychiatric hospital where she had been staying. She was prescribed anti-convulsion drugs for the first time, including Dilantin, which did not alleviate the problem. She described seeing devil faces at various times of the day. That same month, she was prescribed Alopet.
I think so.
Which is similar to chlormazepine.
Yeah.
And is used in the treatment of various psychoses including schizophrenia, disturbed behavior, and delusions. By 1973, she began experiencing depression, hallucinated while praying, and complained about hearing voices telling her that she was damned and would rot in hell. Michel's treatment in a psychiatric hospital did not improve her health, and her depression worsened. Long-term treatment also did not help, and she grew increasingly frustrated with her medical care after having taken pharmacological drugs for 5 years. Michel became intolerant of the Christian sacred places and objects, such as the crucifix.
Oh, God. How horrifying to, like... She sees demon faces, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even with that schizophrenia shit, man, like... I know it's a clinical term and all that stuff, but it's like, I mean, what the fuck? What if she was really seeing some shit?
I don't know.
You know, and it just gets chalked up to insanity.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You ever have sleep paralysis?
Yes.
I've had it twice, and both...
So scary.
It is.
I'm on the internet, so like I've read before the people see like figures. Mm-hmm. Both times I've had it, there was a fucking figure, and like both times I was like, oh shit, this is sleep paralysis. Like I woke up and I knew exactly what I was in, and I couldn't move. But then there's like a guy, like a figure, like a dark silhouette of a person and just coming toward me. I don't know what the fuck. What is it?
I didn't see anything, but mine was like I was awake. And I was like, I'm about to see something scary. Like I knew, I was like,
Something weird.
I'm like, something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. And then like out of nowhere, I must have just fall back to sleep, or I don't know.
Fuck. Yeah, that's crazy. Sleep
But, like, I
paralysis,
was
but
like-
then you go back to sleep. That's balls.
I was like, I don't got time for this.
You're like, I don't give a
Well-
shit. Do whatever you want.
Well, I don't.
Yeah,
Fuck you, Freddy.
I try
Ass
not.
up yours.
yeah.
I try not to take too much Benadryl because I owe the Hat Man money and I don't want to see him.
The fucking Babadook.
Yeah, he's like, you owe me $50,000, Piper, and I'm like, literally for what? I don't remember that, but okay.
I don't know what it is, but a hat on a ghost makes it scarier.
I don't know.
He's
Unless
just
it's
there.
unless it's like a Fred Durst fitted, that'd be. Yeah. I'm like, all right, this
I'm
guy's
like,
cool.
That would be
I'm
fun.
like, fuck you
Casper.
and your red eyes, dude.
All right. Michelle visited San Damiano. Yeah. With
It's
a
all
family.
for you, Damien O.
Yeah. With a family friend who regularly organized Christian pilgrimages. Her
That's
escort, yeah, her escort concluded that she was suffering from demonic possession because she was unable to walk past a crucifix and refused to drink the water of a Christian holy spring. Anneliese told me, and Frau Hein confirmed this, that she... Why are you laughing?
Fucking Frau. First of all, Wartzberg.
Uh-huh.
Second of all, Frauheim.
Frau Hein.
That's okay. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Because doesn't Frau mean girl in German? And Hein, I think
Frau-
of Heine. Like girl Heine.
That's exactly right.
Favorite.
Okay.
You do. Gary.
Gary! You said girl. It's like you summoned him.
What? Scoot over.
Oh, no.
There's a chair right there.
All right. Well, Frau Hein.
I got it out of my system.
Does Gary? Okay. Confirm
This is all
this.
Heine shit. Sorry.
That she was unable to enter the shrine. She approached it with the greatest hesitation, then said that the soil burned like fire, and she simply could not stand it.
Is this 50 Shades of Grey?
What's your safe word? No. All right. She then walked around the shrine in a wide arc and tried to approach it from the back. She looked at the people who were kneeling in the area surrounding a little garden, and it seemed to her... Okay, you know what? I gotta skip this whole thing. It's layered with sexual innuendo.
This is fucked up.
Okay. Annaliese's mother said that she saw stigmata on her daughter.
Who's he? Is his name Stigmata?
Okay. Anneliese believed she could communicate with Mary, Mother of Jesus.
Michelle's family and community became convinced that she was possessed and consulted several priests to request an exorcism. The priest declined, recommended the continuation of medical treatment, and informed the family that exorcisms required the bishop's permission. In the Catholic Church, official approval for an exorcism is granted when the subject strictly meets the set criteria and is considered to be suffering from possession and under demonic control. Intense dislike for religious objects and supernatural powers are some of the first indications. Why was that described like a fucking like a actual illness?
I don't know.
What the hell?
Sure.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's clinical. I mean, that's why they brought Reagan to the fucking doctor first,
Yeah.
right? Isn't that great? That's like a great contrast, though, to bring her to doctors, and then they're like, dude, get her the fuck out of here. I don't know what this is.
Bitch is breaking my machines.
Yeah.
Super expensive.
She's screaming, she's hollering,
Yeah.
she's ripping,
Sure
she's
is.
tearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's... And then they can't do anything for her, and then they gotta turn the fucking...
She's like, so I got the needle in my back for nothing.
Oh, that's...
Thanks.
Did you get one of those, an epidural?
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Well, with a C-section, it's a spinal block, which is kind of the same.
Or was that anesthesia they were giving her?
No,
Or
they
is it a
gave her a
gas?
spinal tap.
What the fuck is that for?
It's where they draw spinal fluid
To see?
test it for
That's
different
crazy.
things. Yeah. So they were drawing stuff out from her. They put stuff into mine. So, yeah.
I see what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
How'd it feel?
Oh my God.
Fuck
So
that.
good.
I can't, dude.
It was I mean, it's like a quick little pinch. It doesn't really hurt that bad. I have a high pain tolerance, so
Yeah.
I just
You do it for fun.
I didn't want to have that feeling of like not like I was always afraid that I would be completely numb, but feel the feeling like the sensation.
The
The
pressure.
sensation of being quote unquote unzipped. Like
Ooh, yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want to
yeah.
feel
Cold.
the cut.
You don't want to feel. You don't want to feel the air. Of
I don't
want to
feel like I know what you're doing. I don't want to feel shit.
No.
Like at all. But they would be like, "Okay, are you ready? Are you?" I'm like, "I can still feel you. I can still feel you. Don't touch me. Don't touch me."
I can't fucking imagine. Like,
It's-
knock me out. I'll see the kid in 3 days.
No. I didn't want to miss it. Like,
Yeah. By the time I wake up-
I waited so long that like, and with my oldest, I was falling asleep beforehand because I hadn't slept, and I was like, just stay awake, see your face, just stay awake, just stay awake, just stay awake, and then
That's cute.
Yeah,
That's
and
cute.
I did. I made
You went,
it.
oh, and then
I was like, she's so pretty.
all the cabinets are opening and closing in the delivery
Yeah,
room.
well, when they put my spinal block in, like my face was in between like this big man's boobs because I was swaying.
Who's the big man?
It was the anesthesiologist, like his like assistant.
big man.
He grabbed me and pulled my face
Into his breast, into his
because
bosom.
He's like, she's falling asleep, like she's rocking. I have to stay still, otherwise they can hurt me.
They can stick you.
Yeah, but highly recommend.
Did you hear the crunch?
There's no crunch.
There's no spinal crunch.
No,
My spine crunches
it goes in between the vertebrae, like it's
in between
they-
the chips,
in between to the soft spots.
the cartilage.
I have like a
Yeah.
weird sensation in my spine
Come
right
here.
yeah.
Let me touch you.
live spinal tap on
Come here, tickle, tickle.
I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I can't-
Let me
that's
poke
crazy.
your back, Piper.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Gary. Highly inappropriate.
Gary, I have Chris Hansen on speed dial actually.
We have Skeet. We have Skeeter Jean hiding in the bushes.
I got to get my Skeeter Jean impression going.
Okay.
It's like very Sam Hyde. It's kind of Sam Hyde-y, very monotone. Yeah.
Hey, Gary.
That's what's going. I can't.
I'll work on it.
Yeah,
too.
I gotta work. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
May the best Skeeter Jean win. Okay. Anywho, who was reading? Was I reading or were you reading?
I
don't remember.
just read, so you read.
Where am I?
Yeah. Speaking of skeet,
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah. Where?
Michelle, where's it?
you're listening to
Wait,
Coffee and
wait.
Scream. If you like what you hear,
Okay.
keep
Got
listening.
It. They probably don't like what they hear. I'm so sorry.
Like,
I'm so sorry.
They're fucking. They just rode the shoulder, picking a tree.
Yeah.
They turned off the episode.
Okay. Michelle worsened physically and displayed aggression, injured herself, drank her own urine, and ate insects. Chris does that all the time.
No, Bear Grylls does that.
In November 1973, Michelle began treatment with Tegretol, an anti-seizure drug and mood stabilizer. She was prescribed antipsychotic drugs during the course of the religious rites and consumed them frequently until sometime before her death. Despite taking these neuroleptic medications, Michelle's symptoms worsened and she began growling, seeing demons, and throwing things.
Rabies.
It's not...
People with rabies throw things. That's a fact. That's actually the first symptom.
Really?
I watched Quarantine.
Really?
So he knows.
Have you seen Quarantine though?
No.
No.
Oh, it's a banger. It's got. Remember Betty Fatback? Remember from White Chicks? Bow high on back fat
I've never
Betty.
seen White Chicks.
Oh my god. Okay, I'll leave it there. I don't want to spoil it because that's. But Deb from Dexter.
No, I've never watched Dexter.
Fuck me running. Are you serious?
I swear. No, because it was ruined for me because you told me the last season that it could have been wrapped up in a beautiful little bow and you
could've.
ruined it.
I didn't ruin it.
No, you didn't ruin it. They ruined it.
I am in the midst of watching Dexter, and if you spoil it for me, I will kill you. So
I won't.
Don't.
Listen. I still loved it, and I still watched it despite. You know, they have their direction. They have what I thought should have happened. But
Okay.
then that's the end.
okay.
Still check it out though. It's great.
Yes. The priest, Father Ernest Alt, declared that
Ernst.
Ernst.
Ernst. Dun, dun, dun. It's like just turns into Party Boy. From
Yeah. All right, so good.
The priest, Father Ernst Alt, declared that Michelle didn't look like an epileptic, and that he did not observe her experiencing seizures. Alt believed that she was suffering from demonic possession and urged the local bishop to allow an exorcism. In a letter to Alt in 1975, Michelle wrote, I am nothing. Everything about me is vanity. What should I do? I have to improve. You pray for me. And also once told him, I want to suffer for other people, but this is so cruel. In September 1975, Bishop Joseph Stengel granted Father Arnold Renz permission to perform an exorcism according to the Ritual Romanum, but ordered total secrecy.
Renz performed the first session on September 24th. Michel began increasingly speaking about dying to atone for the wayward youth of the day and the apostate priests of modern church. Her parents stopped consulting doctors at her request and relied solely on the exorcism rites. A total of 67 exorcism sessions, 1 or 2 each week, lasting up to 4 hours each. Holy shit.
And it worked?
No. Were performed over approximately 10 months in 1975 and 1976. Toward the end of her life, Michel began to refuse food.
Rabies.
No. On the 1st of July, 1976, Michelle died in her home in Bavaria. The autopsy report stated that the cause of death was malnutrition and dehydration resulting from almost a year in a state of near starvation, while the rites of exorcism were performed. She weighed 30 kilograms, 66 pounds.
Jeez.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And how old was she?
23.
That's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She weighed 66 pounds and suffered broken knees from continuous genuflections, was unable to move without assistance, and was reported to have contracted pneumonia.
that's so fucked, man. I can't imagine being that hungry.
No.
That is just, or even thirsty.
Did they, I don't know, did they try like a feeding tube? Did they try to feed her through IV? Like,
She probably just started like,
I don't know.
it would probably, even if they had a feeding tube, it probably would have got to the point where she was just
Rip it out. Like
vegetable. Like,
yeah.
you know, like, yeah, Saltburn style.
Like just.
But also, I feel like maybe this is just like me being a little like too optimistic about the situation. But like, I feel like if you are trying to help someone, you should do everything in your power to like make sure that they're satiated enough to where that help might work, because like it's just sad.
Yeah, to get to that point where you were even like the idea of like an 80-pound human, if unless they're like a pygmy, or you know what I'm saying, like that's still extreme. But to get down to like 66
pounds. Like
that
is the size of my 9-year-old son.
that is like crazy, dude.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that
Crazy.
happens overnight. I mean, yeah, if you're not eating at all, it can happen quick.
Yeah.
You know, if you're eating just enough to stay alive, but your body's eating itself.
I'm gonna say the body can go like 3 days without water, but like
I don't know about 3 days without water. I know water you need way sooner than food. I know people
3 days.
Yeah.
I think you can.
With water.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on where you start.
I think it's like a week without food.
Yeah. 10 days or something. Yeah.
But fuck that.
I'm gonna take the whole prosecution, and you can take the trial or the trial.
Okay.
After an investigation, the state prosecutor maintained that Michelle's death could have been prevented as late as 1 week before she died. In 1976, the state charged Michelle's parents and priests, Ernst Alt and Arnold Renz, with negligent homicide. The parents were defended by famed Nuremberg trials defense attorney Erich Schmidt-Leichner, and the priest's defense counsel were paid by the church. The state recommended that none of the involved parties be jailed. Instead, the recommended sentence for the priest was a fine, while the prosecution concluded that the parents should be exempt from punishment as they had suffered enough, a mitigating legal factor in German penal law. On July 14, 1977, a New York Times article reported that Aschaffenburg prosecutor had announced that 2 Roman Catholic priests had been charged with negligent homicide in the death of Anneliese Michel, who had undergone exorcism a year previously.
The trial began on March 30th, 1978 in the district court and drew intense interest. Doctors testified that Michel was not possessed, stating that the manifestations of demonic possession were a psychological effect on her of her strict religious upbringing as well as her epilepsy. Dr. Richard Roth, whom Alt had consulted for medical help, allegedly told Michel during the exorcism that there is no injection against the devil, Anneliese. Schmidt-Leichner argued that the exorcism was legal and that the German constitution protected the citizens in the unrestricted exercise of their religious beliefs. The defense played tapes recorded at the exorcism sessions, sometimes featuring what was claimed to be the demons arguing to assert their claim that Michel was possessed. Both priests claimed that the demons identified themselves as Lucifer, Cain, Judas, Iscariot, Adolf Hitler, and Nero, among others. They also stated that Michel was finally freed of demonic possession resulting from the exorcism just before her death. Bishop Stengel said that he was not aware of Michel's alarming health condition when he approved of the exorcism and did not testify in court. In April 1978, the Michels and the two priests were convicted of negligent homicide, but were given suspended prison sentences and were ordered to share the costs of legal proceedings. The sentences have been described as stiffer than those requested by the prosecutor, who would ask that the priests only be fined and that the parents be found guilty but not punished. By approving the ancient exorcism rite, the church drew public and media attention. According to author John M. Duffy, the case was a misidentification of mental illness. In a conference several years later, German bishops retracted the claim that said she had been possessed.
Bravo to Chris for not giggling when you said stiffer. He smiled at me, though.
I'm still holding it in. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't believe what's going on in my head.
I think you need to
No.
take your brain out of the gutter
Hey.
for 5 minutes.
You just
Tell me that someone... I'm guessing the same person wrote all of this? Is this from Wikipedia or is this somewhere else?
Wikipedia.
Sick. They're sick motherfuckers on there. They know what they were doing.
I look at the bottom. It's like, edited by Christopher.
It was an inside job, dude.
I know.
The whole time.
The call's coming from inside the house.
No.
I put my ear and I listen in what the topic's going to be. And then
he does.
And then I research it and then I go edit the page.
Chris is
brilliant.
You're going to see something one day that makes no fucking sense. And I'm just going to be...
Chris has just hacked into our iClouds to look at our text messages for what we're going to tell him
It's just
about.
a bunch of green ones and zeros just falling on my computer and I have sunglasses on.
Yeah. You're like, let's fucking go.
Just chugging a coffee.
Okay. Well, after the trial, the Michels asked the authorities for permission to exhume the remains of their daughter because she had been buried in an undue hurry in a cheap coffin. Almost 2 years after the burial, on February 25th, 1978, her remains were replaced in a new oak coffin lined with tin. The official reports state that the body bore signs consistent with deterioration of a corpse at that age. The family and the priests were discouraged from viewing Michel's remains. Father Renz later stated that he had been prevented from entering the mortuary. Michel's gravesite remains a pilgrimage site as she is revered by small groups of Catholics who believe she atoned for wayward priests and sinful youth.
The number of officially sanctioned exorcisms decreased in Germany following the ordeal, despite Pope Benedict's...
Which one is he? I don't know.
I don't know that Roman numeral, but it's XVI. Support for a wider use of the practice, and compared to that of his predecessor, Pope John Paul II, who in 1999 tightened the rules to permit only rare cases for exorcisms.
Anneliese's father, Joseph Michel, died in 1999. In a 2006 interview, Anna Michel stated that she does not regret her actions, saying, "I know we did the right thing because I saw the sign of Christ in her hands."
Stigmata.
Yeah. On June 6th, 2013, a fire engulfed the house where Michel had lived. Although the local police determined that it was the cause of arson, some locals attributed the fire to the exorcism case. And that is the story of Anneliese Michel.
That's crazy. So Emily Rose was based on her loosely?
Yes.
The exorcism of?
Yes.
That's fun. And I remember courtroom stuff in that movie too, which is kind of interesting. Because you rarely see like the fallout after an exorcist.
I feel like all the exorcism things and all that like were mainly in the 70s, right? Was that like the heyday of...
I mean, not necessarily. I know there's really...
Well, like there's Satanic Panic and all that shit from like the 90s and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But like in today's age, do you ever see that?
No. I mean, other countries, definitely not
Maybe.
America. Because this is America, right? No, this is Bavaria.
This
This
is
is
Germany.
That was
Germany.
Germany.
Okay.
But here, I guess, yeah, it was never a real thing. But because religion is very... There's all types here.
Yeah.
But there where it's so like in Germany, like how many Catholics? Like
I'm
come on.
sure probably less than... I don't know.
Especially...
Because it's probably less... Or at least America is a little less religious. Like, there's more different
we're
religions.
definitely-
But
yeah.
as a whole...
Because especially Europe statistically tends to be more religious because the Vatican is there.
History, too.
Like,
Just history. They're
it's
thousands
just
of years
like-
old, those
it's-
countries, versus us.
Yeah, it's like, that's the heart of Catholicism. Like, that's where the Knights Templar was created. Like, all like, there's deep-rooted religious history there. So it's just, like, it's really no surprise that they thought it was, like, possession and everything. But it's just still, like...
And most exorcisms now are probably like, or possessions are just like, dude, you just had a bad bag of K. Dude,
Blame, yeah.
you did too
Ooh,
much
bad
K on the
trip.
way to Burning Man, man.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's rare that we like, because back then, I mean, you would just have to have like a miracle. Like after a long drought and plants finally grow again,
Right.
you'd say, damn, like killing that cow, like worked. Or like the eclipse, like when you see a fucking crazy eclipse, everyone would scramble and no one knew what the fuck it was. So it was like the craziest thing possible. It's almost like, yeah, someone shoved a rock in front of the sun. Some god.
Yeah.
You know, same thing with like the alien shit. Like
Well-
the chariots of the god. The fastest thing back then were chariots and horseback, right?
Well,
so
that's-
naturally you would say if there was a flying saucer, you're gonna compare it to something that's the fastest around them. Like, dude, it was faster than a bullet. Bullets are around nowadays, so that's like why we would compare a bullet to shit like that.
And-
it's fucking nuts.
And like that's why like in countries like Greece, like the ancient culture was like so like the religion was polytheistic because they didn't have the scientific reasons to make sense of things that happened. So like for example, like when it thundered, Zeus was angry.
I thought it was bowling. My mom told me
like
I gotta call her. Just call my mom.
Get her
the
on
fuck
the
are you
phone
telling me?
now. It's
Bowling?
Yeah, it's a
yeah,
whole thing.
it's just so interesting, like historically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
but that Emily Rose
Exorcisms
shit.
and all that stuff. Like that's
Have you seen the trailer for the first Omen, the new Omen coming out?
no.
So it's essentially like the origin, because we love origin stories.
Sure.
Let's find out.
Of course we
where
do.
Willy
yeah.
Wonka used to sleep at night. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Let's destroy all mystery.
The Glasgow Willy Wonka experience.
Is that? Oh my God, we covered that on Wonder Time.
Oh, really?
Yes, that was rough. That was I was so
fucking
sad. I don't
unknown.
even have kids, and I was sad.
What is that? It's the unknown.
There was this event, and it was like a Willy Wonka event, and it was majority of the posters for this event were all AI too, which is it's a
Yeah.
great sign that they
Like,
have a lot of
literally,
workers.
like complete with typos and everything.
And it was this warehouse they had, and they had like, and albeit the little things that were made, because it was supposed to look like a big chocolate factory for kids to go take pictures, meet the Oompa Loompa, the only one,
Right.
and it wound up like it was so sad. It was like the Fire Festival of children's
Oh,
events,
no.
like no exaggeration, and it was sad. And like you could see
Just
all the
sad
parents.
cheese sandwiches.
Dude, you gotta see. There's pictures of the food too that they were given, and like they were given one jelly bean.
So did
I'm not
they
even
build
fucking
a
around.
thing that kind of resembles like the 1970s movie?
They
Like, the
tried to.
inside,
It's a bunch of little. It's like it'll be like a street light, and then like 30 feet away will be like a little hill.
Okay.
And it was just very barren and bare bones and like last minute. And I feel for the artists. Like if artists really put those little things together, they looked great, but they didn't have enough of them to fill the venue, and it was just you could see this gray brown
Okay.
floor.
What is it called?
It's the Glasgow Willy Wonka experiment. What was it?
Experience.
Experience.
Oh no, I
For-
want to see pictures.
It
For
is
the
so
audience
sad, dude.
members who are closer in age of mine, it's very comparable to TanaCon.
TanaCon's probably
Yeah.
better than that. TanaCon's probably eons better than that.
Glasgow
Yeah.
Wonka experience. Let me take a look at
Not really. They were like waiting in line for hours at TanaCon and,
Dude.
died of heat stroke.
Are you?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you seeing this?
Are you kidding me?
Now, listen, I don't know what you're looking at right now. I'm hoping the pictures, but there's so much more information that we
That
probably
I'm
spent 45
looking-
minutes on this.
Okay, I'm looking at the AI, which looks like Candyland come to life. It looks like
It's
there's
psychotic.
like, oh my god,
like Uncanny Valley.
gigantic lollipops, and there's like like jelly beans everywhere, and it's just so brightly. This is so sad.
Yeah.
And
this-
it's like they used AI and they just
This is why. Oh my god,
they made
yeah,
a mountain out of a
giant
molehill
chocolate
is what they
bar.
tried to
Okay.
do.
Look at the Oompa Loompa lady because she looks like she's like cracked out on
She's in a
something.
me
yeah.
see.
She's got a
She's
she's got a
so fucking
functioning
funny.
fucking moonshine.
Look at this.
She's moonshining at
look
this
at
event.
lady.
Is that Rachel Dratch?
It's that's Debbie Downer. She would have been perfect at that event.
Like there's some weird like elixir that's like locked in a cage on the desk.
She looks so sad.
If they were smart, they would
Oh my
have threw
God.
something in that fucking little
It looks
the little
like the
cooker they
whole
had to make everyone
budget
have a.
went to just renting the space.
like her little like
It's so rough, dude.
like her little jelly bean like contraption thing looks like a meth lab. It's so
And
bad.
there's a
And
video.
so kids were like amped up and ready to go, like so excited, and
Mm-hmm.
they walk in and they saw that.
Yep.
As a parent, I would have flipped.
And you could hear some of the parent banter being like, "What the fuck, man?"
well, police were called because they were like people were
Well, I remember
so
like,
like
I would just be like, "Are you fucking
upset.
serious?" I was like,
Yeah.
"I just want just give me my money."
It's so sad. And now, like, listen, if they had a smaller room and they didn't advertise it more than it was, and they just said, come to the event, support local artists, and just like something for your kids to do. Like, if you're going to bring your kid to Friendly's to get a fucking
Yeah.
monster sundae,
Yeah.
you might as well swing by there, take some cute pictures, because
Sure.
he's never going to be 4 again.
just some cute photo op things, like how easy
Yeah.
just to build. Yeah.
And some of the pieces look like they don't look bad.
No,
Like,
it looks like the people who worked on the art really tried.
yeah, they did.
There wasn't enough.
yeah.
It's just poor planning and stuff.
Because that was one of the main like defenses I saw. Like the size of the warehouse definitely fucked them over in the end. Like,
I don't know what they thought they were going to do.
It's like sad industrial looking carpet, or is that concrete?
It's
It's
AstroTurf.
concrete. That's concrete with like it looks like an AstroTurf like kiddie pool.
Yeah, the event took
Like-
place on the top of the Jersey Shore house.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Oh god,
but we watched that and I couldn't believe my ears.
I don't. Yeah.
There's like a sad little bouncy house in the corner. Like
Yeah, dude.
just
And
half deflated. Just
Yeah.
like,
the kicker is when they were leaving, they had these like super specific. I mean, they were Jelly Bellies, but they were kind of telling them that each kid's gonna get like magical jelly beans.
Yeah.
And the Oompa Loompa is the one who fishes them out,
Uh-huh.
and it's a single jelly bean.
It's probably the buttered popcorn flavor too.
I don't even.
Assholes.
Yeah, it's probably it's Bean Boozle. It's you got the skunk flavor.
You got the dog food one.
Oh,
Sorry.
the vomit.
Sorry, sweetheart.
The barf. But dude,
Man.
the fucked up part is like the kid takes it in his hand. It's like Morpheus. Like he's got like this red pill in his hand, and he just turns
He's like,
around.
I'm allergic to red dye 40.
yeah, red 40 gives me hives. But he turns around to the camera, and you could see the single jelly bean, and it was telling. Like that is like the pinnacle. That video.
No.
Poor boy, he's stiff as a fucking board. Just turns around.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
god.
God.
But yeah, stay away from.
Jinx! Jinx again! You owe me a Coke! Ah! Okay.
I want a jinx.
Jinx.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, jinx. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Well, that's all I wanted.
Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful job.
Emily Rose.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's probably what happened. She probably went to that Glasgow thing and she came home different.
Okay. Well, I think that'll do. If you guys can, please don't forget to. We're on all the things. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. Please subscribe. Leave a nice review. 5 stars. Really helps a lot.
Yes, please.
Yes. You can find us on Twitter at @ScreamPod. See the letter ScreamPod. I am It's Just G. That's just with one S. We are also on Instagram
at Coffee and Scream Pod, and my personal is Piper A04. I think there's an underscore. I don't remember, but you'll find me.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher, you can find every Tuesday on Twitch.
Twitch.tv/Wondertime Theater, the show about movies and more. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, I've been using it a little bit more. It's at Christopher, CHRASTEHFUUR. Oh, no, URR.
Well, you could also find him through me.
you
You
could
can
do
find
the math.
Piper through me too.
Yeah.
I'm the one that's on there probably too much.
I
So-
use it the least out of the three of us, probably.
No,
Just
no.
spell Christopher
Chris
with your
uses it
elbow.
like once a year.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, I tried. I'm like, come on,
I've been checking.
He's like, yeah, I'll do it in a minute, and he'll tweet something like, listen to Missy Elliott.
Yeah, dude, that's what you get, man.
Like, yeah, he's delightful. What else? I feel like there was something else I'm always supposed to say.
Something about LinkedIn?
Oh, the Linktree thing. I'm still setting that up. We will be doing merch soon.
Art done in-house,
Buy
by
me
the
a
way.
coffee.
Yes. Buymeacoffee.com. We are there. You can find us at buymeacoffee.com/coffee scream if you would like to support the show. It's going to go to new equipment.
Yes. Thank you very
And
much.
we appreciate
We would love
it.
you so much if you help that.
Yes. So
Yeah, we have to
please-
fund an exorcism.
Yes.
Yeah.
So please stay
mine.
safe and lock your doors. And I have to just let you know that you've just been skeeted in 4K.